Game Time, the show that gives you games, game news about the consoles, anything else that's quite funny for the games as well. My name is Wesley Matthews.
I'm Jonah Ripley.
And on today's news, issues in broken games. We'll start, obviously, with Assassin's Creed Unity. Have you ever played that?
I have. I've had a look at it. It's a massive franchise. It's one of those games that, I don't know, a lot of people sort of look into it. Maybe too much. I'm not entirely sure, but it's half and half. I'm not sure, really.
Yeah. Well, like, that's one of the games I haven't, but I would like to. I've seen the problems, obviously, of course. But like the rest of them I have played. I've seen some of the stuff, so obviously there would be Arnold falling from the ground, which they can never come back, obviously, unless they restart it. There was also him getting stuck in hell barrels, stuck in main menus, also the fact of going on co-op, there was problems on there. Like, they couldn't join each other, they would end up messing up, things, stuff like that. But Ubisoft has obviously said that they are going to make a blog about this, to issue that any of the problems they can do, they can try and fix, like such as the things I have said, with the occasional other people's problems which they will report, and they will try their hardest to fix. It won't be as clear, as important as what they're going to try and do now, but they are going to try as hard as they can to get this finished and done and ready for other people to play and enjoy it, obviously.
I think it's important for sort of game developers to do that, really, anyway, when they're looking into sort of their games where they've released them. Yeah, definitely sort of go back and have a look.
Oh yeah, no, definitely, especially from their like records of like sales by each games and stuff like that. They obviously need this because the fact of people want to get into this and they don't want to hear that they've got problems and they need fixing. You should not buy this by now. Like, obviously you should if you want to learn the story, but you've got to obviously wait a little while, I guess, to see how it goes, and then obviously whatever happens, happens. But the next one will be obviously in the company of Blizzard. You may know Blizzard from doing World of Warcraft. Have you ever played that?
I have indeed. It's one of those games you can get really engrossed and immersed and be sort of stuck on the computer for days on end, really. Yeah. And you hear these horror stories where people have sort of sat there and sort of stagnated and died nearly. But it is one of those games that obviously is its own world. So yeah, very good game.
Yeah. No, it's definitely like, I've seen my friends play it. Obviously, I've tried, but there has been points where I haven't had the money, like as everyone else has their problems and not having money. But I've seen the things, especially like from South Park and that, they usually do like comedy stuff there. But they've been having problems at the moment. They've done their around, I think it was their 5th expansion pack for celebrating their 10 years of World of Warcraft.
Wow, 10 years.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it's surprising just how long it is, really.
It is,
like,
yeah.
For a thing. And for people to know that it is an online multiplayer RPG, which is probably stand for MMORPG, which, if I'll tell you exactly, it's massively multiplayer online role-playing game, people who don't know. And what you do, you pick a class, obviously, like you can go human, you can go like dwarf and anything like that. Right now, with the expansion pack, you can go into an ogre now, an orc, sorry, if I'm miscorrected. But they've just been hit by a server server bugs at the moment, which is obviously put off them for 5 hours now on a Saturday. They've switched off the servers for 5 hours, which is pretty hard from the moment for people who want to play this game right now.
Sure.
Which I can kind of see the struggle because people like it and they want to level up, they want to kind of get their experience and learn the stories and stuff like that. And like everyone around here want to learn different stories and things like this, but they are trying to fix it. Obviously, they've put on their blog, on their website, that they're trying to solve the problems as soon as they can. What I've been hearing is that it has been working at the moment, and it has been improved in a few bits and pieces. It should probably be finished by now.
Oh yeah, it should be. I think it's terribly important to do that.
Yeah.
Some gamers do like to find sort of little things anyway if there is an issue, but a lot of us don't like that when that's happened, really.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Well, I will bring up to the last game who has solved the problems at the moment, or we're trying to. but they still got the bad problems, of course, is the Halo Master Chief Collection. Have you ever played any of the Halo games?
I played Halo on original Xbox, not Xbox One, but the original one, and it's... I don't like to say it because obviously people out there, but it's becoming sort of one of these sort of cult classic games, if you like, and it's definitely up there. But it's again, it's that mix match bag of people sort of saying, "Oh, it's terrible," or the storyline, I think, or something like that.
Quite mixed reviews, obviously.
Absolutely.
Like, they need to know, and they go through the story. Obviously, like Halo 1 was such a big thing at the time, especially when you're playing on an Xbox. Like when I first ever played it, I just enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Everything you do on it, like going through it, killing the Covenant and stuff like that. But yeah, you just keep going through the missions and stuff, learning. And then you had Halo 2, and obviously I stopped for a while, went on Halo 3.
Yeah.
And then I carried on, going through the Halo series. And then you've got the Halo Master Chief Collection, which is now all of them except for Reach, ODST, and the Halo Wars, which probably at some point in the near future they'll bring it out as an anniversary.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it's a thing that they're all doing now, really. And yeah, they are getting on some of these games to being quite old now. So
yeah, no, exactly, definitely. Like I was saying, like they've got to go through all that stuff, and when it's like obviously sorted. But right now, they've just got to try and solve their multiplayer issues, which is the matchmaking. They got to get that thing sorted out. They got to get everything they got to try and do right now.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
Just for the fans, stuff like, because people are there for the story and they're getting through the story, but they're like, great, now let's get to the multiplayer. It's kind of just obviously people just playing it, not enjoying it, and then things happen. They just stop. They want to go and do something else for a while.
I think that's the main thing, really. Yeah.
Yeah, like obviously, like Phil Spencer wants to try hard, and he starts making a blog about it to kind of do that, to help people out, and he says he's trying really hard anyway. But yeah, whatever he tries to do, we'll hope the best to him, really.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, that should be it for the game news for now. We'll go to the adverts.
We all have to brush our teeth. But that doesn't mean we can't have fun. Brushing teeth can be exciting. Look at this lot. Brush for 2 minutes and see the foam. Make a mess. Upload your picture to Facebook today. Brush and see the foam.
Hello, welcome back to Game Time, the show where we look at interesting facts about games. I'll be looking at Atari, one of the most influential video game franchises of all time, and we're going to be taking a look at that segment. But hold on to your joy pads and make sure you check this out. The world of computer gaming is evolving at a colossal pace. The graphics are getting so realistic that soon it will be hard to tell that you're not looking at real-life footage. Millions of people around the globe play daily in massive virtual online rooms, and in Korea, computer gaming is a national sport. But let's stop for a moment and think about where it all started. We want to pay tribute to the pioneers of computer gaming, a company that just cost $500 to set up but was soon grossing $2 billion a year. They were the first people to really show us how technology could be used as entertainment. I'm talking, of course, about Atari. Started in 1972 by a couple of American programmers, Atari made Pong, the first commercially successful computer game. Its secret was its simplicity. The home version was a little brown console that plugged into your TV, but it only played Pong, and pretty soon people started to want more. The 2600 was hugely advanced, real cutting-edge stuff for 1979, but a console is only as good as the games you play on it. And to be a real success, what the 2600 needed was a killer application. A game so good and addictive that everybody wanted to play it. And for the Atari 2600, the killer application was Space Invaders. In the early 80s, Everyone was Star Wars crazy, so anything to do with space was hugely popular. All around the world, arcades were crammed full of people queuing to be at the slot machines to get their Space Invader fix. But Atari's 2600 offered a way of enjoying the games at home. In 1982, they sold 8 million consoles. Atari were America's fastest growing company, and the 2600 was on the top of every family's wish list. But then, in 1983, it all went wrong. As software writers tried to cash in on the success of the 2600, more and more games were hurriedly programmed and rushed to market, but people were getting fed up of the abundance of poor quality games. 1983 was also the year that home computers started to become popular. Parents would rather buy their kids something educational rather than just a pure games console. Atari's dominance was over, and they never regained it. In 1989, they splattered back into life with the Atari Lynx, the first ever handheld games console with colour graphics. But the problem was, the Nintendo Game Boy was half the price, half the size, and came with a phenomenon known as Tetris. So no matter how good the Lynx was, it didn't stand a chance, and it disappeared without trace. In 1993, after nearly 20 years of computer game development and manufacturing, Atari pulled out of the hardware business. The company as we know it no longer exists. Okay, thank you very much. Join us after the break when we'll be taking a look at San Andreas. Thank you.
Ain't nobody loves me better, makes me happy, makes me
Okay, up next, we are going to look at Nostalgia Corner. We're going to be taking a look at the game franchise, Grand Theft Auto, but we're not going to be looking at Grand Theft Auto 5, the new one. We're going to be looking at Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. And in celebration of its success, I think it's probably one of the most popularist games out there. It's probably up there with Super Mario, and the game track is definitely up there as well. So in celebration, in true style on Game Time, we're going to be looking at some gameplay, 100 Ways to Die in San Andreas. Here is a montage of deaths.
I'm a psychopath. I'm a psychopath.
Well, that was definitely something, I gotta say. Like, watching all those deaths.
Absolutely sensational. I've tried many of those myself. Some of them are quite difficult, but
Exactly, but you have fun doing it, obviously.
yeah, definitely. I think that's probably why it makes it so addictive. So if you have any of your clips yourself, actually, we would love to see them. So please do email them in to us, because we do like to see those glitches or those fantastic little deaths.
That is all we have for today. I am Wesley Matthews,
I'm Jonah Ripley.
and this is Game Time, and I will see you later.
Goodbye.